Can you imagine cities like London or Paris taking part in the World Cup, and being highly competitive or even winning it? It seems unlikely that a city could beat whole countries, yet in the previous video we saw that less populated countries that have been able to do so. In this video, we will continue discovering countries that have proven that, even you are small, you can be great at football. Tiny countries that are great at football. Part 2. Portugal. Portugal is in southern Europe, in the Iberian Peninsula, and it has 10.7 million residents. Portugal has participated in every World Cup and Euro since 1996. Previously, they had only one appearance at Euro and a couple of World Cup appearances. In fact, their best World Cup performance came in their debut, finishing third after defeating the Soviet Union 2-1 in the bronze medal match. The star of this team was Eusebio, who finished the tournament as top scorer, scoring 9 goals. However, their greatest results have come at the Euro. In 2004, as hosts, they reached the final after knocking out strong teams. Awaiting them was Greece, the tournament's great surprise, that had eliminated several favourites. It seemed like the perfect script for Portugal, a home final against a theoretically weaker side. Against all expectations, Greece won the final 1-0, turning the Portuguese dream into a nightmare. Fortunately, they were able to make up for it in 2016. This time, the host nation and heavy favourites were their opponents, France. Furthermore, Portugal hadn't won any match in regulation time until the semi-finals. In a totally opposite scenario to that of 2004, the result was also reversed. After a goalless match, Portugal scored in the extra time, securing their first ever title. Finally, Portugal are the most successful national team in the UEFA Nations League, with 2 titles. One final fact, the all-time top scorer in international football is Portuguese. Cristiano Ronaldo. Belgium. This tiny country is in Western Europe, and there are 11.8 million people living there. Despite being irregular at the Euro, they have often taken part at the World Cup since the 80s. Their best result at the World Cup came in 2022, when they reached the podium. Belgium lost the semi-final to the eventual champions, France. But they beat England in the bronze medal match. Regarding Euro, Belgium reached the final in 1980, but they were defeated 2-1 by West Germany. Finally, Belgium's only major tournament title came at the 1920 Olympic Games. As hosts, they beat Czechoslovakia 2-0 in the final. This makes Belgium the nation with more years without a major tournament title, with more than 100. Hungary. Located in Central Europe, Hungary has got 9.5 million inhabitants. Despite their limited recent success, Hungary had a formidable team in the first half of the 20th century, especially in the 50s. Proof of this are the 2 World Cup finals they reached in 1938 and 1954. Sadly, they won neither of them. The first time, they lost the final to the reigning champions, Italy. 16 years later, Hungary were the clear favourites to win the tournament. After an outstanding tournament, they had to face West Germany in the final. Despite taking an early 2-0 lead, the Germans managed to come back, earning the final the name, the Miracle of Bern. The top scorer of this World Cup was Sandor Kocsis, scoring 11 goals. Known as the Mighty Magyars, this legendary team remained unbeaten for 4 years until that final, and suffered only one defeat in 50 matches from 1950 to 1956. Regarding Euro, Hungary placed third in 1964, but it must be said that there were only 4 teams. Hungary tops the all-time Olympic football rankings, with gold medals in 1952, 1964 and 1968. Sweden. This Scandinavian country has a population of 10.6 million. Although they have had an irregular presence at the last World Cups and Euros, they have achieved some notable results throughout history. Sweden have reached the podium twice at the World Cup, in 1950 and 1994. Their finest achievement came in 1958, when they reached the final on home soil. Sadly, they were defeated 5-2 by Brazil, who won their first World Cup. It was the World Cup that introduced the world to Pelé, a teenager who went on to win the tournament and score 6 goals, all of them in the knockout stage. This tournament also set an incredible record for the most goals ever scored by a single player. as Just Fontaine scored 13 goals. He scored in every game, with a hat-trick and a 4-goal haul. Sweden's only international triumph came at the 1948 Olympics, after a 3-1 victory over Yugoslavia. Switzerland. This alpine European country is mostly covered by mountains, and it has 9 million residents. Switzerland have been regular participants in the 21st century editions of the World Cup and Euro. However, they have never gone beyond the quarter-finals in none of them. They came very close in 2020 and 2024, as they were knocked out on penalties both times. In 2020, Switzerland were knocked out by Spain. In 2024, England defeated them in the same way. Switzerland came closest to lifting a trophy at the 1924 Olympics. They reached the final, yet they were defeated 3-0 by Uruguay. Paraguay. This South American country is the last in the list, with 6.2 million people living there. Despite an inconsistent World Cup participation and a limited recent success in the Copa America, Paraguay won this tournament twice. The first title came in 1953, after beating Brazil 3-2 in the final. In 1979, in a Copa America played in all the CONMEBOL countries, Paraguay's triumph came in a rather unusual way. The final was contested over 2 legs, versus Chile. Both teams won their home match, but as goal difference didn't matter, a playoff match was required. Adding to the drama, the deciding match finished 0-0, and only then was goal average considered, with Paraguay being crowned champions. Which one surprised you? For more videos like this, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.